Today, Red Bull concluded its investigation into Christian Horner. The team said they have dismissed the grievance against him. They said that even though they have done a thorough job, the complainant still has a right of appeal. And with this ends the biggest saga in the F1 off-season. Christian Horner has emerged triumphant, his job and legacy is secured, and he can have his life back. We believe we have done the most coverage of this news. This puts us in a good place to talk about the major points and broader implications of this issue. To this end, we will be analyzing a few talking points. Did Horner actually behave in an inappropriate manner towards the girl? Who within Red Bull leaked the investigation to the press, and what do they stand to gain from it? The Dutch Telegraph had always provided leaks on this issue. Are they a paper of any repute? How does this help the image and chances of women in the sport? And was this a booty trap? And finally, we will discuss the factors that helped Horner scale through. Hit the subscribe button to support the channel. Welcome to Front Lockout. Did Horner behave in an inappropriate manner towards the girl? There is no fire without some smoke. Horner must have had some interactions with the woman. The world has gone woke, and you must be careful of how you interact with co-workers. If Horner had stuck to purely work-related discussions, there is no way this would have boiled over. However, it is possible that the lady in question actually liked talking to him and even encouraged the discussion. This could have given Horner a false sense of security, that this is someone with whom he can share other mundane aspects of life. One thing is very clear from the leaks by the Dutch Telegraph: it was never stated that Horner met the woman in person outside of work. What this means is that we have been asked to cancel the 18-year career of a man over some texts. Was his communication really that bad, or was she planted by someone to set him up? This will lead us to the next question. Who leaked the investigation to the press, and what do they stand to gain from it? This investigation was supposed to be an internal matter that none of us should have heard about. However, somebody within Red Bull leaked it to a Dutch reporter. Who is this mole in Red Bull? The easy guess is Max Verstappen's father. He is Dutch. The paper that leaked the news is Dutch. And the journalist to whom the news was leaked to is also Dutch. More so, there is bad blood between Verstappen's father and Horner. But this doesn't mean Jos Verstappen leaked it at all. After all, Horner is still the one who can get his son another title. If he goes against Horner, he goes against the success of his son. The other culprit could be someone high up in Red Bull who wants the matter to go public, hoping that Horner's reputation will collapse in the eyes of the public and he will be forced to quit. To this end, the CEO of Red Bull has been fingered. It will make sense since Horner doesn't accord him much respect like Dietrich Mateschitz. The death of Mateschitz left a power vacuum in the team. Anyone who could remove Horner would have gained more power. Horner has been leading the team for 18 years. Why should he listen to a CEO who was barely a man when he was leading an F1 team? But some also fingered Helmut Marko. His relationship with Horner has gone bad over time. More so, in January of this year, Horner had offered him a 3-year contract extension but slashed his salary by 50%. It looked like Horner had cut his money as a way to dissuade him from continuing. Helmut is not easy to sack anyway. Max once threatened to quit if Helmut is removed. Who knows? Maybe it was someone entirely different. But one thing is for sure, it was someone high up at Red Bull that leaked the news. We cannot point fingers at anyone. All we can do is make an educated guess, and we will leave that to your imagination. The Dutch Telegraph leaked this news. Are they a paper of any repute? A quick search appears to show that the paper is not always a reliable source. In fact, some have reduced the paper to a tabloid which practices sensationalism over facts. But if a paper gets it wrong some of the time, It doesn't mean they get it wrong all of the time. There are still some hard facts. A good part of their leaks was real. They leaked the news first before Red Bull was forced to come public. This shows that they knew something, but to what extent do they know? They made some big claims. One of them is that the exchanges between Horner and the girl happened via text and pictures. Another claim is that Horner attempted to bribe the girl with £650,000, and they said they have documents to back up their claims. While these claims might not be an outright lie, there is a chance that they were blown way out of proportion. If I offer you a large chunk of money to shut up, it doesn't mean I am guilty. It is just what I would do so you don't drag my name in the media. For someone like Horner, that money means nothing compared to his sanity. The verdict is still out there if this paper were saying the truth all the time. Reports said that Horner could sue. How does this help the image of women in the sport? F1 has always been a male-dominated sport, and it is a nice gesture that the sport is encouraging more female drivers. In the garage, the sport involves a ton of teamwork and long hours. It is normal that both genders will bond. But issues like this would make the males extra careful in their dealings with women. Am I saying too much over text? Can we even meet to discuss a project over coffee? Am I allowed to call her? Can I be in the same room with her while working on a project? These are all unintended consequences of this saga, but I do hope that more females would be given chances in the sport. And this addresses the title of this video. This could just be a booty trap. The motivation could be for money or for power. But one thing can be drawn from Red Bull's conclusion. This matter didn't deserve the media attention it got. And finally, we will discuss the factors that helped Horner scale through. Christian Horner might have his foes in the team, but he also has strong supporters. Dietrich Mateschitz owns only 49% of Red Bull. The family of his co-founder owns the controlling 51% stake. It is reported that the Thai family adores Christian Horner. He is the one who has brought them all those good fortune, and they do not joke with him. Dietrich himself loved Horner. If he was alive, this issue wouldn't have gotten any attention to begin with. However, it is believed that Dietrich's family might not be so much of a fan of Christian. More so, there is Adrian Newey. Horner gave Newey a lifeline when his previous employers frustrated him. McLaren made life so difficult for Adrian that he considered quitting the sport, but Horner came through for him. This is something Adrian could never forget. Veteran journalist Joe Soward said that Horner and Adrian have a pact in their contracts. If Horner leaves, Newey will leave too. This is to protect themselves from a sack. To cap it all, Horner is a winner. If Red Bull still wish to dominate and sell more drinks, they are stuck with Horner. At the end of the day, the conclusion of this saga might just boil down to money. We will like to hear all your thoughts in the comment. This is Front Lockout, signing off.